Man. These games, bro. These games. These are the games that you do not want to suffer watching as a fan, right? These are the games where are just tough to watch and honestly so annoying to watch because these low blocks, bro. These low blocks are the most annoying thing in football. But yeah, you have to deal with it. You have to suffer with it. And in the end, if you get the win, you can celebrate at the end. But Barcelona get a win over Leganes, 1-0 win away from home from an own goal from Science on behalf of Leganes' player who blessed it with a goal that was seen as a very difficult match for Barcelona, where we were definitely suffering. We were definitely having it very difficult to create many chances in this game. Definitely found it very difficult to do anything in this game in general because, again, the way that Leganes played, the defensive line that they played, the mid block, everything was just so tough to get through today, and we saw that today. But oh man, thankfully we got the win at the end of the day. An important 3 points for Barcelona to go into the second. A second to go towards we're close to the end of the season, a couple games left into the season where we're competing to the end with Real Madrid, who are only 4 points behind us, currently 7 considering they don't drop any points tomorrow against Alaves. We'll see what happens there, but great win for Barcelona in the end, resilient towards the end and deserve 3 points. Quickly going to the lineup for Barcelona: Szczesny in goal, backline of Jules Koundé, Araujo, Inigo Martinez, and Alejandro Balde. Midfield of Eric Garcia, Pedri, and Fermin Lopez, and up top the usual front three: Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Rafinha. So only 2 rotations from the same lineup that we saw against Borussia Dortmund, with Eric Garcia playing for Frankie De Jong and Araujo coming in for Kubarsi. But from the beginning of the match, Barcelona definitely started on the front foot, was definitely started very positive. We were, attacking them well, going for something for sure in those first couple minutes. But then towards the end of the first half, not much was really, made. Like, in general, Leganes, started waking up a little bit, started attacking us a little bit more, and definitely, causing some danger to where, if it was a better team, they could have been, maybe done better against us. But definitely a game where definitely a first half where Barcelona were suffering to create many chances. Like, they was like non-existent in that first half. The likes of Lamine, who you expect to step up for these kind of games, really didn't do much this game, to be honest. I think he was very poor this game. Not his most not his best game for sure. Pedri is another player I can criticize. Like, Pedri, I love Pedri. Everyone knows how much I love Pedri, but today I don't think he was spectacular, especially when it comes to his final balls into the box and everything. I think he was a little bit, slow today. But in general, that's the whole game when the whole team in general when we were attacking. I don't think we were great in general when it comes to attacking wise. From the first half, I would say the most outstanding player was Jules Koundé. I think Jules Koundé had a spectacular match today. Like, I think defensively he was great. Attacking wise, he was trying to, create as much as he could. I think he had one of the clearest chances that we maybe had in the first half when he, got through a Leganes player, shot it, deflected off a Leganes player, and could have potentially been an own goal. But besides that, from the first half, I don't really remember much that Barcelona really created. Like, we were struggling heavily in that first half. We really didn't do anything again, and that's just more kudos to Leganes. We're defending very well, not be giving us many options to go with. But at the same time, Leganes, you know, again, we start towards the end of the second half. First half, they started getting into the game a little bit more, attacking us. Their game plan was just go wide, cross, go wide, go cross, right? But in the first half was very underwhelming. Not much to say about the first half, but the only thing we could really say is Alejandro Balde coming off with an injury. Hopefully, it's nothing serious. But in the 41st minute, he comes off with an injury for Gerard Martin, who comes in very solid for sure. Getting credit to Gerard Martin, he came in very solid for this match, and he was the one that really set us up for the first goal for sure. But immediately into the second half, Frankie De Jong comes in for Araujo, which was kind of confusing to me because I think Araujo in the first half was very good too, because I think Inigo Martinez in that first half was a little bit shaky. I think he got beat a couple times, but Araujo was the last man. Oh, I forgot to mention in that first half, Rafinha literally saved our lives in that first half. Like, literally, they could have easily scored against us, but thankfully, Rafinha was there. Leganes get a quick break. They get a cross into the middle, and Rafinha gets a touch into it. If he didn't get a touch into it, Leganes for sure would have scored there. But man, that was tough to see. Leganes, Rafinha definitely saved us there from going into the second half. But yeah, second half, Frankie De Jong comes in for Araujo, which I don't know why. I think, like I said, Araujo had a pretty decent first half. I haven't seen any news or anything about him getting injured or anything, so hopefully it's just, I don't know, precautionary for he might be, I don't know. what it really could be. I don't think it should be anything tactically wise, because you wouldn't really wish to switch for Araujo for Eder Garcia to play center back, right? But Eder Garcia switches over to the center back position, and then Frankie de Jong comes in playing that pivot role where Eder Garcia was playing, who I didn't think was terrible, like, but at the same time, what we definitely needed was Frankie de Jong in this match to come in, be that defensive presence, but at the same time drive us forward to create some attacks, and that's exactly what he did. I think Frankie de Jong, since coming into the match, was great. He was spectacular. He was left into many open spaces throughout that game in the midfield. He was left alone multiple times. He got into the right spaces, started allowing us to go more on the front foot with him on the pitch. But yeah, kudos to him. But the first goal, the own goal that we got, was good defensive work from Gerard Martin, who recovers the ball and he deflects over to Rafinha. Rafinha with a great cross into the middle for Robert Lewandowski, but thankfully the Leganes player just sets himself up for failure, because he touches it and boom, own goal for Barcelona, 1-0 up, which we desperately needed early into the second half, which was great to see. And then from there on, it was just a game of matter of, Barcelona trying and attempting. We did create some chances. Fermin had us oh man, bro. Everyone saw that, bro. Fermin literally with great feet, like he did everything to perfection to set himself for a goal, and then he misses the most clearest chance he could have ever had. Like, I don't understand how he missed that, bro. He did the hardest part and messed up the easiest part. I don't know how he missed that, bro. I was honestly disappointed, because I was like, wow, that would have been a spectacular goal, a spectacular highlight for you, but yeah, he messed it up. But from the second half, not many clear chances in general. Like, our chances from the first half came from crosses to Fermin. But then the second half, we try to be more on the front foot, playing the 1-2s and stuff. But at the same time, like, we didn't really create much in the second half to be, like, really, like, yeah, we should be up 2-0, 3-0. Like, Leganes were defending very well. Leganes started, getting more on the front foot. They started putting on more dangerous crosses. They got an offside goal, thankfully, because when they scored that, I was like, fucking hell, bro. Not please, no. But thankfully, they were offside. Defensively, Barcelona were solid. We did give them those kind of, those little moments for them to create something, like towards the end of the match. Oh man, Inigo Martinez with that last ditch tackle, with an incredible tackle, literally saved us, because Munir was definitely through. But in general, the second half, I can't really say much, because like Barcelona were definitely a lot of times on the counterattack, but we just messed up every single attack. Like, it just like looks so slow from the Barcelona players today. Like Lamine today, like I said, like I don't think it was anywhere near his best match. I think he was very poor today. Lewandowski, Ferran comes in for Lewandowski. Gavi comes in for Fermin. But at the same time, like, not really much. Like, we did have some chances where we got into the box, but we just wasted him. Like, Lamine wasted a shot, like with Fermin, or Ferran sets him up for a great pass, and he shoots it near post. Like, towards the end of the match, Pedri, counter attack, Lamine and Pedri, great feet, gets over the Leganes player, but then just shoots it right directly at the goalkeeper. Like, we were very wasteful. We were very wasteful from the little chances that we did have. Leganes again did create some chances where they could have caused danger. They put some crosses in. They're just showing right now. Like, thankfully, I keep the matchup. They're showing right now a play where they literally made a great cross into the box, and Szczesny with a great save. But yeah, there was a very underwhelming match from Barcelona in general, from a lot of the players that you expect to step up for these kind of games. But in the end, what really matters is the win, right? That's what matters. The 3 points is the main important thing for this game, and thankfully we got it, and a deserved 3 points for sure, because there is no way that Leganes were better than us, for sure. It was just a great game defensively from them. But if I were to pick a player for this game to have man of the match, it's not really between. I think Jules Koundé, I think deserves it. I think he was great. Him or Inigo for sure. Inigo massively stepped up in the second half. He was great in the second half. But Inigo Martinez or what's his name, or Jules Koundé, I would give man of the match. I think they were great in general the whole game. But attackers, not much from them. I think Rafinha pretty decent, putting good effort, but not enough for him to create much for us or score goals for us, right? But yeah, again, these are the games you have to suffer with. These are the games you have to deal with in the end, because when it comes to the end of the season, when you're still competing, when you're still neck and neck with your opponent, these are the games you're gonna have to suffer with. And all the champions need some type of luck. Max Madristas, they for sure know, when these competitions, when you're fighting towards the end, to the end, you need to, as much as it is a matter of your effort, a matter of your work, it's also a matter of luck. And Barcelona, got the luck today, and we got the 3 points from that luck. But yeah, going into positives for this game against Borussia Dortmund for on Tuesday for the second leg of the Champions League quarterfinals, which from the last video I already made that I pretty much said that we are pretty much through. I think a lot of Barcelona fans in general, a lot of people in general can say that Barcelona pretty much through, because throwing away a 4-0 lead is just not going to happen. I doubt it. Highly, highly, highly doubt it. I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, great win for Barcelona. Great deserved 3 points. Hopefully Real Madrid draw points tomorrow against Alaves. We'll see what happens there. But if they do, we'll be 7 points ahead. If not, back to business. 4 points and just try to keep at it. Just try to keep at it from keep that distance. It's a 1-game advantage, and if we do potentially drop points, let's say we take an L, we'll still be 1 point ahead. Just stay on top of it. We're the ones with all the marbles to lose right now. So hopefully Barcelona stay on it, and yeah, don't drop any points. But it's gonna be interesting to see how Hansi Flick rotates on Tuesday. I think because for the question was, should Hansi Flick make some rotations for this game? Obviously the main rotations were Kubarsi and Frankie, but I don't think we should, because again, we're still neck and neck with Real Madrid. As much as we're 4 points ahead, we still need to win these games. Still try to be on the front foot, especially when it's these tough matches where we already lost to Leganes in the beginning of the season. We all remember that game, where they scored on us and then they defended for their lives. It was a very difficult match. We didn't create much in that match either. So we already knew going into this match was going to be tough. So we had to play our starting players, the main players, who some stepped up and not many did. So it's going to be interesting how Flick rotates on Tuesday. Hopefully, again, with the likes of Araujo and Balde, it's not any major injuries or injuries at all. Hopefully, just a little knock. They'll be good. But I think we should make rotations on Tuesday, because later that week we have a game for the league as well against I think I saw Celta Vigo. So we have to step up. Actually, let me check really quickly. I think I saw Celta Vigo. Let me just make sure. Yeah, against Celta Vigo on Saturday. So, again, go back with the full force on Saturday against Celta Vigo. But yeah, we'll see what Hansi Flick, what he decides with. Yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. It's going to be a short video because it was a very underwhelming match, but these are the games you have to deal with sometimes. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about the game. Who was your man of the match? Who you thought was the best player? Who you thought was the worst player? And what your thoughts are going to be for the game on Tuesday against Borussia Dortmund. I will be making a video for the quarterfinals, giving my thoughts on the whole quarterfinals, and I'll have that up definitely before the game happens, and a little preview before the game happens as well. But yeah, great win for Barcelona, great 3 points. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Much love to you all. Take care and peace.